Hello, everybody. Buddy with Midland, Texas. I'm gonna let you listen to the 911 call that I got from the city after I survived the murder attempt, and then explain what's going on. And what I'm showing here on this picture, this was the 7-Eleven store that I drove to and asked the car there for help. And then they called 911 in that car. Okay, let me start this real quick here.
Yeah, the 911.
Okay, well, stop it right here and tell you something that I never really understood is that the recording started before 911 answered, and I just thought that was weird because the electrical circuit wasn't even closed. The loop wasn't closed is what it's called. I'm an IT guy. I used to take care of a phone network. And so I don't know how they started the recording unless it was started on the phone itself, and then the police would have to get it from there. So that's one thing. I had people tell me, "Oh, it's how it works," but it just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah. Hey, what intersection are we at right here? Midland Drive and what? Yeah, I'm at Midland Drive and Wadley.
Wadley?
At a
Okay.
7-Eleven, there's a guy that just drove up that shot himself in the ankle. He needs an ambulance.
He has shot himself in the ankle?
Yeah, we're at the...
And that's another thing that's odd. This guy was telling the 911 that I'd shot myself, and I didn't even know what happened at that time. And now, after I got back to the house, I found the evidence 100%. Multiple proofs show I was not shot with my gun. Somebody under my home shot me with the phone lines cut and burglar alarms going off in the attic. But this guy's telling, oh, he shot himself, and like maybe he made that assumption. That's the only thing I figure.
We're at the store right now. He just
Okay, what is he in?
for help.
He's in another vehicle?
I'm sorry?
Is he in a vehicle or where is he right now?
He's in a vehicle, yeah. We're parked.
What kind of car is he sitting in?
He's in a Dodge Ram. Looks like it's
What
black.
color is it?
Black. It's blue. Navy blue.
It's purple.
I got the license plate number. Are you there?
Yeah, hold on just a second.
44 you want me?
Yeah, I got it on there. That's fine. What's the license plate, sir?
21, G is in George, S is in Sam, Z is in Zebra, 9.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
Kevin Turner.
And see, here's another thing. I've never talked to this Kevin Turner. I would like to talk to him, but the police wouldn't give me his phone number, and so that's another thing that I couldn't talk to him. Let me show you here a little bit more. Okay. When I got the police reports, or what happened, where I'm up there, the police are called, and this detective, Rosie Rodriquez, she's a Hispanic lady about my age, and she pulls up, climbs in the front of my truck, and she starts giving me first aid, okay, and taking my shoes off, and you got my gun, got my wallet, all that stuff. I thought the calvary was there. Finally the police are going to do something. I'd been calling on them about these crimes for over a year, and now I know, of course, they're working with the criminals breaking in my home and the many other homes. But just weird that when I got the police report, what it's showing here is this is from Rosie Rodriguez. She says, I was on call detective. I got contacted from Chandler at the hospital in regards gunshot self-inflicted is what they said. Okay, and Chandler advised that she'd been dispatched to 7-Eleven and in reference to a gunshot wound, and then was up here saying that she was giving me first aid. I had to assure him that the help was on the way while applying first aid. Well, they both lied. It was Rosie that showed up, not April Chandler, and Rosie was giving pressure, and they lied. One's a blonde, one's a Hispanic. I know for a fact who showed up, but I don't know why they lied. And I wondered if one of them was the shooter, the would-be killers under my house. There has to be a reason that they lied. Let me show you more. Okay, this meme shows what was happening before I shot. Okay, I come home from the grocery store. I recognize somebody been in my house again. I'd been reporting burglaries to the house for over a year. Okay, I get the idea to tie wire my spare door shut to compartmentalize my home. The ex-wife had already told me there's a trap door here, but I didn't know where it was at. Said, so I went around, spent a couple hours with tie wiring the door shut. Well, after I got back out of the hospital, I'm trying to figure out what was going on, and I found pry marks on the inside top door jamb of this hallway bathroom that wasn't there before. That told me I had trapped a burglar in that room, and they were trying to pry their way out of it. And I'm sure because I tie wired the door. It was a dire situation. I was on the other side of the door with a gun and every right to protect my life and property, and they're criminals breaking into a private home. Okay, so they could have called the police, turned themselves in, gone to prison, for burglary. That's about 10 years or whatever. It probably exposed the tunnels, underground homes, and all that, and all the other crimes and murders. They didn't want to do that. Their friends planned my murder. That's what happened. Okay, here I'm crawling out of my house. I'm going to put it in motion. This off the security cameras. Watch the headlights on my car. Oh, they got turned off, my company car. Did you see that? What had happened was I screamed for help. You'll see it again here in a minute. I screamed for help. And whoever was sitting in that car heard me and turned them off. And I think maybe it was the neighbor that had the tunnel, the next door neighbor that had that tunnel into my home. And I wondered if they weren't sitting in the car waiting for me to die so they could go in and let the trapped burglar out. That was what I'm thinking, And it might even be the shooter that was sitting in the car. And the reason I think they sit in the car because it was a real cold night. And I also believe they had my keys. So they're probably running, they turned it on to turn the heater on. When you did, that vehicle, when you turned the vehicle on, automatically started the lights, And so that was my best guess of what was going on there. Okay. Let me show you some more. Okay, here's the nurse's notes from the hospital. It's really important because it was, less than an hour after I'm shot. And what it's stating, patients staying, sirens are going off, the alarms are going off. Well, and the detective's in the room hearing that, okay? So that means I was shot under a home invasion. I mean, that's why I have burglar alarms going to my house. I've been reporting them burglaries for over a year, And I was talking to a white voice recorder in case something happens to me. I have proof, just go look for proof. And what happened was the police went to my house and stole that voice recorder, And here's Rosie Rodriguez. She didn't know that the nurse, hadn't documented that. So she just made up a lie. Yeah, a buddy said he's logging up for the night, knocked over his gun, shot himself. Nothing about burglar alarms going off, home invasion, none of that, I mean, that literally, they're covering up this premeditated murder attempt. Okay, 19 minutes after I crawled out and left, notice my trucks are gone. Okay, I'm going to put this in motion for us. The first two police show up. There they are. He's got the spotlight on, and he's looking for me. Okay, we know that now that's Martin County Sheriff John Woodward. The second car is the Midland County Deputy Mike Naylor, who's no longer alive. I've wondered if they didn't murder him, he was going to stitch on the other ones. Okay. See, not being dispatched and to show up with the spotlight on, I got a feeling that if they would have found me, I would be dead. I mean, that's what I believe. And not dispatched and showed up after minutes after a murder attempt. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of security camera. They didn't know that this camera is running. That's April Chandler, okay? And this one over here is Rosie Rodriguez, okay? And at the 7-Eleven store, then, they switched places, because it was actually Rosie that was giving me first aid in my truck and then lied on the police report. That's a felony, by the way. And then the only reason I crawled out is because I didn't have no communications. I mean, that's it. If otherwise, I would have called for help. But my cell phone was stolen, and then my home phone was disconnected, and that was the deal. I had a phone in my pocket, and it wouldn't even work. But I found this picture, and what it shows: Rosie Rodriguez leaned over my nightstand. April Chandler standing next to her. By the timestamps, they waited for all the other cops to leave the room, and I believe planted the cell phone behind that nightstand. See, that's where I found it. My cell phone planted behind that nightstand, and I believe that Rosie Rodriguez did it. Told me she was working with the people breaking my house and the people that tried to murder me. And that's where we're at.